Alright, there we go. Upscale. That's pretty decent. Alright, guys. Well, we are live again after a short break. Yeah, we had this complete crash, so I figured we'd probably just take a quick break while we wait for another tornado warning to get on. And now we do have a new tornado warning here in south central Iowa. With, my gosh, there are so many severe thunderstorm warnings. There is absolutely huge hail happening across a lot of counties in the United States right now. Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, Iowa, and as well as Pennsylvania and New York and Ohio. All of these are seeing severe weather right now. Let's go to the most important, most violent severe weather that is ongoing here in south central Iowa. A currently radar indicated tornado, and looking at the current indication here, pretty tight couplet, just about to cross I-35. That is a pretty big deal here. I-35 right there. Let's see if I can get this. Come on. Hello. Well, once... There we go. I-35. About to see this tornado couplet right here in Iowa. So welcome in. Do apologize for the delay during that time there. Wanted to make sure we are doing all right. We also take a quick break. And of course, TikTok crashed on me. So welcome in. If you guys are just joining in, we have a live tornado warning here in Iowa. This includes Van Wert, I-35, Woodburn, Derby, Lucas, Cherryton, Humston, and Millertown. Please seek shelter right now. Please do not spam chat. You will be muted. No other ongoing tornado warning is happening, but we do have a lot of large hail threats ongoing, so we're going to focus on the tornado warning first. Once this tornado warning expires, that's when we'll expand to more kind of a range here, more of a range. How's it going, Vinny? Good to see you. We have this is active, a very long tornado warning for 42 minutes. We have pretty decent rotation. This tornado warning, oh my gosh, guys, please do not spam chat. You will be muted. Geez, that was crazy. It's also underneath a tornado watch right now. But right now, the ongoing tornado threat is in Iowa. Van Wert, Humston, Derby, Woodburn, Lucas, Cherryton, Millerton, and Williamson. Also underneath a current tornado warning. We have that for 41 minutes until 5:45 local time. So seek shelter immediately. This is what we're dealing with. We have that kind of complex happening. You can see the rotation has just jumped across I-35. So right in this corridor, probably right here, just west of Weldon, we have a concerning amount of rotation that is ongoing here in Iowa. We take a quick little look at the large-scale radar, and you can see we have so many severe weather threats going right now. Mainly large hail. We only have one active tornado warning, but then the rest of it's damaging hail. We're seeing hail, guys, today. That's between golf ball and we've seen baseball-sized hail ongoing. We're going to limit spot questions today for this, or at least just currently, because we have an active tornado warning. We're going to focus on the active tornado warning and the significant severe weather storms. So sorry if I don't answer a lot of city questions. We're going to focus on the current tornado warning. If you're just joining in, if you guys wouldn't mind liking the stream so we get the word out to as many people as possible for this ongoing tornado threat here in Iowa. And here is the current counties and the highlighted area that is currently underneath that warning. Let me see if I can answer some questions here. We have a large scale risk today. The actual intensity is not going to be super high, but we've seen a lot of damaging hail. So we don't have that super high tornado risk. But guys, if you are within a severe weather risk, and there's a lot of states, you need to be ready to protect your vehicles and of course yourself. Let me just name out the states I'm concerned about for that isolated tornado risk as well as the hail risk. That's going to be northern Ohio, northern central Indiana, southern Michigan, all of Illinois, all of Missouri, northwest Arkansas, central Texas, eastern and central Oklahoma, eastern Kansas, eastern Nebraska, and the southeastern corner of Iowa, also south Wisconsin, all of those states. So who's in those states? Say me in chat if you were in one of those states. Those are the areas I'm very concerned of for large hail. Again, tornadoes are not an incredible risk here, but we do have an ongoing tornado warning here in Iowa. I've seen a lot of people in those states there for the risk zones. Make sure you guys protect your cars today. We've already seen a lot of damaging hail. So we got a lot going on. Wichita, we're east of Wichita, even easter of Wichita, eastern Kansas. And that is what is going on right now. So an active tornado warning. Probably won't be a long stream. I think we're probably going to stand down here unless things get really crazy. We are going to follow this active tornado warning, helping you through the rest of the evening, especially answering you guys' questions. Kansas City currently underneath a severe thunderstorm warning for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. We got a couple storms within your proximity here, and you can see isolated tornado threat, but really watching those large hailers. Now, if you looked at the previous scans, I mean, right here, previous scans, active tornado warning. That's just someone actually seeing it from the ground. Southeastern Michigan is pretty much done. I don't think, Warrior, thank you for the donation, appreciate that. Yeah, Southeastern Michigan might not see actually much. Snowball size. I feel like snowball size is definitely subjective to how large your snowball you think of. So you can see we kind of have a collision of thunderstorms here, in which caused that tornado to spin up. West Virginia not of concern today. What else we got? Entering city and states, guys. City and states. Yes, current active tornado warning here. Tornado warning active in Iowa. And you can see our large-scale event here. Again, not going to see a ton. Let's go through all the severe thunderstorm warnings. Oh, actually, I have a huge update here in Texas. This is the first significant severe thunderstorm threat, and this is baseball-sized hail. Whoa. Baseball-sized hail incoming to Graham, Texas. Graham, Texas, now underneath the risk for baseball-sized hail. That is a warning. You notice how the polygon is orange. That's a specific warning that is reserved for the most dangerous severe thunderstorm warnings. And they're talking about complete roof damage, complete cars getting totaled from a baseball-sized hail. You want to get your vehicle underneath something, or you could total your vehicle with that type of a hail moving into Graham, Texas. So lots of large hail. Beyond that, the others, we're going to do significant severe thunderstorm warnings. The other one is Ridgeway, Princeton, Canesville, Mount Moriah, Mercer, and Lineville. Also underneath a severe thunderstorm warning. 60-mile-per-hour winds, 2-inch hail, so lime-sized hail, apple-sized hail, kind of in that range. Large hail additionally ongoing there. Please not spam chat. I'm in Spain right now, actually studying abroad. Then, again, we have our tornado warning here in Iowa, guys. Tornado warning. That's an ongoing tornado threat. And then, lastly, oh my gosh, look at this bad boy. Wow, that might need tornado warned. Jeez, we got a massive supercell about to cross over into Pennsylvania to Greene County? No, it is Mercer County. So if you're in Mercer County, Pennsylvania, look at this absolute monster here. This thing is producing close to baseball-sized hail, almost baseball-sized hail moving into that. Again, currently using Weatherfront, by the way, for the link is in my bio for the radar. So there you go, guys. That is the full kind of wrap-up of what's going on. Again, just wanted to cover the tornado warning. We have a lot of large hail ongoing, and hopefully you guys are hanging in there. If you guys are ready for the stream or want to join the Rain Day Weather family, help us get to 75,000 followers there. We are getting very close. We unlock a gaming stream when we get up there. So Georgia, I cannot see any weather, like literally zero rain for like 5 minutes, or not 5 minutes, like 5 days at least. It's been very dry there. You desperately need rain. This tornado warning is continuing. They just reissued it. Please don't stand chat. I'm not going out and beyond right now. Omaha's all done for today. Andre, what are you talking about? There was a... You did not do well yesterday, I have to say. You let a lot of tornadoes happen. I think it was at least 10 confirmed tornadoes happen and 250 large hail reports. So you did not stop that. Again, this will be a very, very short-lived stream, most likely. I'm probably... Oh no. Okay. I mean, I don't even think Rochester was in like a risk zone. So to be fair, you didn't have to work too hard. Here's the full radar, guys. You can see all of our kind of risk zones. So what's going to be happening over the next few hours, just so you can get bearings on if you're in this zone. This zone up here is our kind of most immediate threat for severe weather. This is all kind of going to be funneling into like areas of St. Louis, Illinois, and eventually racing down into like Indiana very late tonight. So all of this is going to funnel down. Not a ton of energy beyond this corridor I just circled. Like this is not likely to see severe weather. But all that stuff that's going up to the north, that's the area that we should be watching out for. So if that makes sense. If you guys are hanging in there, hopefully no one's received just huge hail. I mean, the hail has been really the main story of the day, especially with hail. Our first significant severe thunderstorm warning here in Graham. You see it in orange there, destructive tag. That's level 3 out of 5, or 3 out of 3, I should say. 3 out of 3 severe thunderstorm warning ongoing in Texas. Cedar Rapids. Cedar Rapids is currently underneath the tornado watch. There is large hail approaching you guys. Get ready for possibly up to golf ball sized hail, maybe an isolated tornado. One of these cells that is approaching from the west, right there. Yeah, I mean, we'll be watching for the rest of this stuff. Again, not a huge tornado threat. You guys you're going to want to follow though for Friday. Friday is a lot of these same areas, but we're talking about a significant tornado threat here. Yeah, we were on earlier, probably about an hour ago, and then TikTok crashed, and we took a break because we didn't have any active tornado warnings. We'll see how long we go live today. Probably not super long because we're really more of a hail threat, so it's less deadly for a hail threat, which is kind of the core threat than like a tornado, but it's still very destructive. The damage amount is very bad here. We're talking about obviously millions of dollars worth of damage if you get large hail for these communities. Nothing's coming for Omaha. I think the weather is all to the east of you now. I appreciate the kind words, honey. Actually, we'll keep the alerts on here. Try to go in depth at least somewhat. You can see we have a severe thunderstorm warning also out for New York here on the western portions of New York. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, just south of you is severe thunderstorm warning. But once this storm gets past you in Cleveland, you'll be all done. Thank you, mister, for the donation. But if it's rain, it's no thunderstorm, right? Well, thunderstorm usually is accompanied by rain, so I don't really know what that exactly is specifying to. Notice all of these areas with these severe thunderstorm warnings, just so many of them. I mean, it's just a hail party out there. Unfortunately, we're seeing so much hail damage, and hail is actually one of the most costly disasters in accumulated dollar total in the United States. Large hail is just so destructive, and actually there's research being done in which is showing larger hail is becoming more and more common. In Dubuque here, we have some severe weather out to your west. It's going to be moving in. We're talking about that large hail threat, isolated tornado threat that I'm concerned about. So there be anything I should look out for? A high wind risk is coming associated with the storms, kind of to your, kind of moving into your region. It's actually kind of a mess right now, so that wind risk is a little bit lower than it was, but if anything gets organized, you might see 60 to 70 mile per hour winds maximum. Yeah, unfortunately, large hail is becoming more and more common in the United States, especially as we have more people build out in what's called Hail Alley, Large Hail Alley. This area right here specifically has the largest hail in the United States. Not very active today, but this area has been found to be producing lots more 3+ inch hail, lots more hail that's above baseball size. We're talking about even softball sized hail becoming common out in this corridor here. So there's more people building out here, and it's obviously going to lead to some more issues as hail becomes more common. So that's something concerning. Just kind of long term, not really affecting today, but as we increase the hail risk, obviously hailstones falling at 100 miles per hour that are baseball size or just even golf ball size is pretty damaging. Once you get to baseball size, we're talking about significant damage. So that's why, okay, well, we don't have that many tornadoes. Well, we still could have a pretty big impact in your town or your neighborhood. because of this ongoing risk. Let's hop back to our active tornado warning. If you guys did not know, we have an active tornado warning here in Iowa. Rotation is lackluster, but still remain in a safe place here in Woodburn, Lucas, Derby, Cherryton, Russell, and Williamson. Use that Snapchat. Here we go. Yeah, so Illinois right now. None of Illinois is currently underneath a watch, but this weather right to your west will be making its way to you in the dinner time hours between like 8 and 10 o'clock. Threats mainly a large hail and an isolated tornado risk. It's kind of the core theme for today. I'm not going to lie. It's just who's going to see the giant meatballs fall from the sky. That's kind of what we're dealing with today, unfortunately. Dallas, Fort Worth, an isolated tornado risk, yes, but mainly concerned about large hail. And, just 50, 70 miles to your west here in Graham, Texas, there is a current ongoing baseball-sized hailstorm that is, on kind of a collision course with you. If it can sustain its updraft speed, I would be worried. I'd be concerned about the golf ball-sized hail in the Dallas-Fort Worth region. So if you're able to protect your vehicles, that's going to happen probably the next 1 to 2 hours. Keep that in mind. What's the risk? Today's risk is a slight 2 out of 3. 2 out of 5. My gosh, I'm confusing the severe thunderstorm warnings and the categorical warnings. A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Pennsylvania. This is for a significant hailer. This is for this is apple-sized hail, 2-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and it's continuing to move this way towards Mercer. This is Mercer County, into Rockland, Oil City, Stoneboro, I-79. This is getting really close to home for me, or just a few county away from my hometown. And take a look at this reflectivity, an absolute huge hail core heading through Greenville. I mean, this is destructive hail, guys. Like, this will destroy roofs. This is like very rare. Pennsylvania does not see that much large hail, so we're talking about super large hail. So if you are in this region, you're like, well, large hail, how large is it going to be? We're talking about around Lime to baseball size right now. That's what we're talking about. So you need to protect your vehicles. If your vehicle gets within this kind of zone I just highlighted here, and this is moving east, it may, at the very least, it's going to have some dent at it. At the very worst, it could be completely totaled. That's what type of hail we're dealing with. We have a supercell, but it's non-tornadic, with the added side effect of still producing a major hailstone. So that is insane. So currently Pennsylvania is seeing a very rare 2-inch hail warning, and I think it might be underestimated with current radar indication. I think it could be up to baseball-sized hail currently falling in Pennsylvania, of all places. I cannot stress that enough. The chances of this happening are so rare. Pennsylvania is not a hail place. I mean, they get like the smaller hail. Like, smaller hail happens, but we're talking about baseball-sized here. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, always fun to have people who are not in the harm's way just hanging out today. Akron underneath the severe thunderstorm warning. Another hail event, 60-mile-per-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. Longview, Texas. Please don't spam chat, guys. Let me take a look. Again, currently Texas is number 1 for the largest hail of the day, sitting at full size plus baseball. Longview does not have to be concerned for severe weather today. And take a look at this bad boy. Graham, Texas is about to see baseball-sized hail. Current warning tag 3 out of 3 by the Storm Prediction Center there. And the National Weather Service of that warning. A dire warning. That type of warning does get issued on your phone, that destructive tag. So I don't know if you've ever received that type of warning before. You might have received a tornado warning before on your phone, or maybe a flash flood warning if it was of that level. But this is getting a severe thunderstorm warning on your phone if you have those emergency alerts on for that destructive level hail. And unfortunately, that leads to complete roofs destroyed, windows destroyed on the houses, on cars, very bad damage. This is adding to yesterday we had over 250 reports of hail damage. So we are just adding up the hail damage. We're accumulating hail damage. Insurance companies are not having a good time this week. You show Oklahoma? Yep. Oklahoma's relatively quiet right now. Most of the action's happening up all the way in the northwest county here with a significant hailstorm kind of southwest of Joplin. So we have all the radars all together here. Still ongoing tornado warning continuing here for Williamson, Cherryton, and Derby, Iowa. Of course, stay safe out there. Sedalia, Missouri. Yes, of course. One quick second. Sedalia, Missouri is currently underneath a tornado watch. Most of the convection's happening in your west. It is approaching you. You're right here. Core concerns is large hail, but an isolated tornado could happen as well. Get ready. Protect those cars. So can I check? Where's tornado? 2% of my house is not in the tornado warning. Let's go. Okay. Let's go. I'm glad your house is not in the tornado warning. That's good news. The current only tornado warning here is in south central Iowa. Bloomington, Illinois. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about severe weather very late tonight. We're talking about large hail being the core risk with an isolated tornado possible. But protect your vehicle overnight, guys, in this entire corridor here. That includes Milwaukee and Chicago, by the way. I know you just had severe weather again yesterday. But unfortunately, you could see up to baseball-sized hail again today. Just incredible amount of hail. Columbia, yes, you are underneath a hail and isolated tornado risk. Again, significant hail risk in Columbia, Missouri. That's going to come in the next 1 to 2 hours. Just outside the active tornado watch. You can see our live radar. We have this kind of front extended all the way down here. This is producing all our lift along the frontal boundary. We have a little bit of disturbance out to this direction here, and these are sub-severe thunderstorms right there. But this is all going to collect and move this way. You know, when the high pressure moves out of the south, it's been really, really a tough one to kick out of here. This has been causing a lot of heat right in this region. High pressure with that clockwise spin has been helping fuel moisture into our severe weather zones. Currently looking at medium range models, I think it is going to degrade here. It's going to start to fade by mid next week, in which we actually start to see our first severe weather outbreaks, or outbreak chances, I should say, for Dixie Alley here. So if you're within the southeast, we could start to be shifting into hope. I mean, we don't want the severe weather, but we desperately need rain in the southeast. Desperately, we need rain. So we have the added side effect of having, unfortunately, that significant weather alongside it. That one's really on the cusp of our models. So stay tuned for further updates as obviously we approach here. It's been very quiet for severe weather, but it's also just been very quiet for precipitation. You see the other storms on the app? I can only see the storms that are by me. So if you click the radar button that says like the radar name, which is a K, then a bunch of letters. If you click that, press MRMS. It should be at the top. It says MRMS. This kind of mixes it national. If you don't have access to that, my link in my bio provides a premium code. I don't know if it's a premium feature. I do not remember. Madison, Wisconsin is currently just outside of a bow echo happening, so prepare for some high winds and an isolated large hail risk as these storms continue to move your region. Not a super high risk, but definitely could see some damaging hail, unfortunately, yet again today. Of course, Lacey. But yeah, the combo radar helps out. There's also a bunch of features on here. Like we could take a look together at, I wonder if it had the hail. I don't think it does, but it has rotation together, so we can look at rotation on storms. I guess we probably should not do 24 hours. Let's do 6 because that has some from yesterday. So you can see where our rotation has kind of mainly been. Not really. Look at the storms here across our tornado watch. There's really not been that much rotation going on. It's been relatively quiet for rotation. So, you know, tornado risk is relatively low. You actually can see where our tornado warning is right now with the rotation. So that's still providing at least some rotation. This rotation was from a few earlier storms over here. So that we actually had a tornado warning up there earlier. And actually a funnel cloud reported by Chatter. But actually the core area that has the most rotation so far has been northern Indiana and northern Ohio. and that's been also earlier today. So generally, the tornado watch has been underperforming for tornado production, which is fine, which is good. However, in the side effect of continuing to produce very large hail. Yes, we do have baseball-sized hail, but it's exiting. This baseball-sized hail is now in Pennsylvania for Greenville and Mercer County, moving to the east. You have hail here in northeast Ohio. Oh gosh, stay safe. Yeah, the hail has been bad. It's been so bad. It's been causing so much damage for so many people. I'm here to guide you guys through the radar here. I'm answering some questions. Just a reminder, we have baseball plus sized hail in Graham, Texas right now. That's our only severe thunderstorm warning with a significant destructive tag. It has a destructive tag on it. That's a level 3 out of 3 severe thunderstorm warning. And we still remain in place for active tornado warning here in Cherryton, Iowa. Taking a look at rotation, there's a little bit of rotation still here by Derby. A little concerning here. Might be happening right next to that small town of Derby, Iowa. Washington State, not nothing going on there, I can tell you. Going on radar, there's like nothing. Nada. Maybe some snow in your ridges, but that's it. I'm in Houston, right down. Oh gosh, it's pretty close. Oh yeah, you're just outside the active tornado warning. The tornado is just a few miles to your northeast right now. That's kind of crazy. Stay safe out there, Alex. You see a bunch of people joining in. Welcome in. Guys, we are currently tracking just one tornado warning in central Iowa, south central Iowa. However, this is kind of a PSA for anyone who lives in this risk zone. So I'm going to highlight it again. I mean, if you live within this zone, guys, we're talking about large hail that has been produced already, baseball size. We're talking about damaging hail, and we have a few storms that haven't been producing it. It's very likely these storms are going to continue to move this way. So I'm just saying, if you live in this area, this is like your warning to protect your vehicles this evening. Do not leave them outside. If you can help it, put them underneath something as these storms approach. We're talking about damaging hail. If you don't want your week to be ruined with a broken windshield, I have to say that's kind of what you have to do. Yes, Maddie, we can check. Okay. So we will get that off the screen. Yeah, Maddie, in your location, I mean, you have the isolated severe weather threat as the storms continue to come through. I'm mainly concerned about a large hail and high wind risk as it comes through again. Maybe a pocket of large hail. My county off from the red dark line. Oh gosh, yes. There's kind of rough guidance, so. You see what's going on in Michigan? Nada. Nothing going on. It will be going on a little bit later, especially in this corridor of Michigan, kind of central and western, as these storms eventually make it out to you. Again, this will be a very brief stream, so make sure you guys give a follow. We are one follow away from 150 on the round number. Join up. The reason it's brief is because I've streamed for 17 hours the past 3 days, so I'm a little tired. I want to try to rest up. Also, tornado risk is relatively low here, so I'm not too concerned with like dangerous tornadoes for you guys. I'm really concerned though for large hail, which is a little bit less deadly, or it is a lot less deadly than that tornado risk, of course. However, it could be more damaging, more widespread damage. So that's why I'm here to give you guidance on the hail risk. I can tell you, generally if you're asking out your location, it'd help if you looked at the map here because I can circle exactly a zone. I can't really do a town by town analysis for your hail risk, unfortunately. But I can tell you, it'd be extra cautious if you are, I'll put on screen here again, if you are within the zone I've just highlighted for large hail. We're talking about hail up to baseballs today, and I've already seen that confirmed. Oklahoma, pretty quiet right now, but it could see that large hail. Tornado risk has really not materialized there. So if that makes sense, that's why we're live right now. There is one tornado warning in Iowa. I think it's going to expire here soon. And this will be a shorter stream. I won't be live during the entire event. And that is the full kind of plan here. That's a full plan. That's the strategy for tonight. So you guys are all good. Okay, what do we got? Will there be something happening in Wisconsin? South Wisconsin. Yes, South Wisconsin. Storms entering actually South Wisconsin right now. Large hail, high wind, your core risks. So hopefully, let me know how you guys are doing. It's Wednesday. You guys hanging in there? I know it's been a kind of rough stretch here. We had a good break in early April and, kind of mid-March, late March for severe weather. Unfortunately, it's just now a conga line of severe weather. Also, quick shout out. What is going on? We got, I don't know what's going on there. We have our storm chase, guys, in 26 days. The official rainy day weather storm chase is coming. You will not want to miss this event. This is the main event. So if you want to punch your ticket to the passenger seat in my storm chase vehicle, not physically, of course, hit that follow button, guys. I am so excited to bring you alongside. The storm chase right now is estimated between at least 5 weeks with a optional renewal of 10 weeks. It depends on how things go. So you're not going to want to miss it. And just a little shout out. So instead of forecasting from here, I'll be forecasting from the vehicle. We'll have a team. Ohio's risk is rapidly decreasing here. Northeast Ohio underneath some severe thunderstorm warnings with some larger hail. Honestly, I don't really see Ohio getting much more severe weather other than kind of this corridor I'm circling. Let me circle a different color right here. A couple of isolated storms continuing on. That's going to be like central Ohio into your late overnight. But they may not be severe. Springfield, Missouri, yes, underneath a tornado watch right now. Mainly concerned about some larger hail. Tornado kind of potential has not been really realized here. However, of course, be ready for an isolated tornado. But man, if you could protect your vehicles from larger hail, I'd get ready for that. Not again. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too bad. That is just too bad. See, the radar is just jam-packed with some fun action again. Is Kansas City done after this? Yes, that's correct. So you can see where our frontal boundary is. Once we get past this front here, let me just do a little... Let's kind of... let me do one moment. Just looking at the... Oh, yes, this is the dry line boundary. Once it pushes more to your east, you're going to be good. So you see a dry line. It's not the correct color, but you get the thing. You get the point. Please don't spam chat. Oklahoma is just concerned about the large hail risk, isolated tornado risk. And yeah, those yellow polygons. Okay, let's make this map look readable again. There we go. Good, I can sleep. Welcome to the stream. I'm seeing a lot of people join in. Welcome, welcome. Hit that like button, guys. If you're wondering what am I doing here, I'm mainly helping you out right now. Okay, so this is a little bit different than the past 2 days. We've had a lot of tornadoes. Right now, we're not really having a lot of tornadoes, but this is kind of a heads up. If you are looking at this map right now and you are within this purple zone, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm in that purple zone. Why is this important for me? Well, you need to listen up here. We don't have a really high tornado risk. Okay, that's good. However, we have a pretty large hail risk. Yes, a large hail risk. We're talking about hail up to baseball size, and which can be very damaging to your vehicles, your windows, your roof. Obviously, you can't really do too much about your roof in your house. You can't protect your roof, but you can protect it. And I'll try to finish this quickly because we do have a tornado warning in Illinois. So 1 second. Protect your vehicles, guys, if you're within this zone. And I say not a lot of tornadoes, but we're going to see a couple isolated tornadoes. So be weather aware. You still might see a tornado warning, but really concerned about super large hail smashing through lots of objects within your town. So please be weather aware. If you're anywhere within that zone, you have to wait for me to answer the question. And anyone in Rockford, Illinois, we have a tornado warning just your southwest. Oregon, Illinois, and Bryan, Illinois are now underneath a new tornado warning issued until 6:15 local time. This is a radar-indicated tornado warning. Cool. I kind of see it. I'm actually quite surprised this got warned. Here heading in towards Rockford. So Rockford, now just southwest of Rockford, now underneath a tornado warning. This obviously, if it continues to move to the north, this would go towards Rockford, Illinois. So putting you guys on extra alert here. If you guys would not mind liking the stream so we can get the word out, we might have a rogue storm that's currently in a non-watched area. A non-watched area might be heading into Rockford, Illinois. So keep that in mind, guys. Let's get the word out to everyone. Got a question about Chicago. You are in the severe weather risk for today. The same sort of situation, which large hail is coming, but an isolated tornado risk is possible. So there you go. This is happening right now. Yes, this is all live for today. And we do have an active risk going on, so please take shelter if you are within this zone. Active tornado warning Brian in Oregon, Illinois, in North Illinois. Please take shelter right now. We even zoom in more. We have Stillman Valley underneath a new tornado warning. Obviously tracking the storm. It is beelining north towards Rockford, so keeping a close eye on that. Springfield, Missouri underneath a tornado watch. There is large hailstorms coming in. Protect those vehicles. Protect those vehicles. Oklahoma, not much going on. Central and eastern Oklahoma should be ready for an isolated tornado and larger hail. Larger hail protection. What other questions we have? I'm keeping an eye on this stuff. Also seeing some bots in chat. Getting them kicked out of here. The boot is coming out. Kicking them out. Make sure you guys hit that like button and follow button if you want your question answered as quickly as possible. St. Louis is going to see large hail threats for today. Large hail. Isolated tornado. Please don't spam chat, guys. Or you will be muted. Appreciate the follows. Durand, Michigan. I mean, yeah, isolated severe weather threat. Mainly concerned about high winds, large hail. Waverly, Iowa. Iowa's threat's waning right now. You could see. I have to be more exact on this one. Waverly, Iowa, north of Waterloo. Yeah, you're all done for today. All done. My son lives in Rockford. Yeah, it's concerning. You know, this is like a rogue little probably tornado if it makes it down to the surface here. So we are obviously tracking this closely as it heads to the north here. Active tornado warning that is heading in the general direction of Rockford, Illinois. There is your tornado warning. Up above me, we'll even make it a little bit larger so you can see well. If you want to see the full radar imagery, I am also live on YouTube underneath the same handle. Just a little shout out because TikTok's kind of constrictions here, or restrictions, does not allow for like a larger radar. So just shout out to that if you're wondering or interested. Speaking from Missouri, mainly concerned about large hail here, Eric. Large hail. Any activity in southwest Missouri? Yes, Joplin, currently just west of you. Larger hail is all around you. Also, flash flood warning just north of Joplin, Missouri. Active severe thunderstorm watch, or excuse me, active tornado watch is in place. But really not a lot of tornadoes have been happening there. I don't think we've had one tornado warning within our tornado watch, other than the one in Iowa right here, but that is now expired. So I wouldn't be surprised if they issue a watch here on the downstream side. I'm going to pull up discussions really quick. Do we have any discussions? Yeah, it looks like... Okay, so they were thinking about a possible watch here, but they only gave it a 40% chance of being issued, so maybe not. I guess we'll see. We drop that, though. It can get confusing if we have too much stuff on screen. There we go. Yo, someone says. Great question. What is a discussion? So that is a kind of a zone that the SPC, the Storm Prediction Center of the National Weather Service, is kind of watching out for. It's basically a pre-watch. They're looking at the environment to see how it's developing. And they're like, hey, they kind of give a little discussion of what's happening on the environment. It's a more technical for emergency managers and meteorologists to kind of give it a little under the hood thinking of what they're thinking about before issuing a watch. In that case, they said 40% of a watch happening, but really, well, we're keeping an eye on it for happening. I'm working Rockford right now. Working what time are we thinking? D. Well, we have a tornado warning just to your southwest here, and it is heading towards you. This type of storm, I would be surprised if the tornado holds on long here. Still rotating, actually moving kind of outside the polygon. Might need a reissuance here, moving a little bit further east than it was kind of coned out for. Either way, you have this first storm kind of getting to you in the next 10 to 15 minutes. And then a lot later tonight, you have a more secondary round coming in from everything else. Only the southeast corner of Iowa is underneath threat now, guys. So if you're in this portion there, I can kind of give all those towns in Iowa. After live, check your DMs. Okay, I'll do that. So again, this is gonna be a brief stream. Once this tornado warning ends, this probably will be it. Just here to give a PSA to protect those vehicles, guys, from large hail. Protect those vehicles. As well as a quick shout out to once we hit 75,000 followers, we're gonna do a gaming stream. So that's what we did for 50,000 followers. It's like a special tradition of ours. So if you're if you are excited for something like that, let's take a look. We have a tornado warning continuation. So the tornado warning is continuing for this one. They just reissued it. Southern Wisconsin, currently underneath some severe weather threat. You got a couple storms moving through, mainly concerned about high winds and isolated large hail and tornado risk. But tornado and large hail risk are a little bit lower. Mainly concerned about these like squall lines happening through here, 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. Colorado weather, I really don't think there's anything going on in Colorado. Yeah, radar is completely clear across Colorado. I did see that very terrible pileup, though, on the highway just west of Denver. That did not look good. Oh gosh, actually that is unfortunate. So the only significant severe thunderstorm warnings we now have are just south of Des Moines for Cherryton. We have lime-sized hail there, 2-inch hail. And then also in Pennsylvania, this is a very rare baseball-sized hail. Wow, baseball-sized hail ongoing here, moving eastward, and this is really rare, guys. I cannot express how rare this is with baseball-sized hail in in Pennsylvania. You just do not see that. An ongoing tornado warning heading towards Bryan in Illinois. Oops, I wanted to do storm relative. Oh, I guess I could do that easily. Okay, I see the radar dropping out a little bit, so I don't see a lot of spin on the storm anymore. Can you do Detroit, please? Yes, Detroit is looking like most of the severe weather is going to be done for today. Maybe an isolated storm very late tonight. And if you guys want to check this out for yourself, this app for yourself, it is called Weatherfront, only available on Apple devices. Use the link in my bio to access the premium code. The actual app is free, but the premium code enables you, just a complete free code, to be able to access premium features, but the actual radar is free. Tornado warning, just got my phone for Ogle County. Jeez, okay, take shelter, make sure you're in that region. I'm assuming you're here in Bryan or somewhere within Illinois, right, if I'm correct? Yeah, you're right in this tornado warning. Please take shelter. I have good news, just generally I say good news, but then I look at the radar and I think the rotation's back. So it looks like a small noodle possibly on the ground here, just east of Oregon, Illinois, heading northeast at about 35 miles per hour. How do you become a meteorologist student? Like how many people is in your class? That's a great question. So there are not a lot of meteorology programs in the United States. There's 54 colleges, at least when I applied. I'm currently a junior in college. I go to Penn State. The initial classes, which I take, at least for Penn State, you take all the math, which is Calc 1 through 3, differential equations, statistics, and also the physics, and then also thermodynamics, and then chemistry. You do that, and those are in general education. And then in my meteorology classes, my class started out as 67, no joke, 67 students. My graduating class at the end will probably graduate between 20 and 30. So that's kind of it's a 50% dropout rate for meteorology. It's kind of insane. It's a very rigorous degree, I have to say. But if you enjoy it, it is quite worth it, in my opinion. Freeport, Illinois had a tornado touchdown yesterday. They're saying something about today. Yeah, Freeport, I mean, you have the risk of not super there is a tornado warning ongoing, but it's not for your region. I'm mainly concerned in this area for that larger hail. The larger hail coming into the areas here with an isolated tornado risk. The link is not free for me. Have you already used the link? I'm surprised. If you copy and paste the link into your browser and have the app already, it should like unlock the code. That's the only problem I could see is if you've already paid for. If you've already used it once, it is a one-time link. For the month, if that makes sense. If you have extra trouble, you can DM me. I can try to help you after the stream. Yorkville, Illinois. Yep. Again, not going to go super long here, only a little bit more longer. We're gonna shut her down. I'm gonna get some extra rest because I'm gonna prepare for Friday. And on Friday I'm gonna get ready. Yorkville, I'm concerned about large hail out there very late tonight. Clicks redeem offer and it wants $9.99. See when that it might charge you $9.99 at the end of the month, but you can like if you just do the trial, which unlocks the 1 month, and then cancel it, then you don't get charged. So that can work in that way. Yeah, I'd read it because if it shouldn't make you pay immediately, and that's the big thing. It should be a free trial. It unlocks it. Thank you guys for the follows. Appreciate that. You're just joining in. Current tornado warning here just south of Rockford, Illinois. Heading north. We got some larger hailstorms, guys. I know it's not the most exciting weather, but it is necessary to get the warnings out here for the larger hail. Just so damaging. We even taken the current. Actually, let me see if I can bring the reports up for you guys. Look at all the alerts here. Jeez. We have all the flash flooding and flooding alerts here, and interesting. Okay, well, let's go to what was I looking at the reports. So current report map for today, 96 hail reports, guys. Look at that, 96 hail reports. Look at that giant line skyrocketing in hail. 15 wind reports and 0 confirmed tornadoes today. So it is the day of the hail. I know I can tell it's not the most fun thing to cover. I don't really enjoy covering hail, but that's what we're dealing with. I'm in Michigan. My streets flooded. I know the flooding out in Michigan, Wisconsin is so bad. At least from looking at the hydrology standpoint. If you have any video and you'd like to be featured, feel free to send it in. Of course, I like to share the word on stuff like that happening. Been seeing a lot. You guys have been getting pounded by rain after rain after rain. We need to transport some of that rain down to the southeast because they desperately need rain. I just can't get over the storm in Pennsylvania. I mean, a storm-producing baseball-sized hail in Pennsylvania is just so rare. That is incredible. Yeah, we have a tornado warning here. Let's take a look at the rotation again. Okay, I'm used to this. We gotta do this. Velocity. Yeah, there we go. The velocity, the rotation's weak on it right now. It is just west of White Rock, moving kind of an east-northeast. Oh, excuse me. Just an east. We are not locked in the stream. It's kind of a chill stream compared to the absolute craziness we've had the past, 48 hours. 72 hours, I guess. What's up, everyone? I see a lot of people being shipped off by the TikTok algorithm. The TikTok algorithm is like, oh, here, have 100 people. Welcome in. We're currently discussing the severe weather threat ongoing right now, and this is the core reason for this stream is to say, hey, if you live anywhere within this map, and I just circled you, please be ready for that large hail. I also should include portions like Dallas, too. Large hail. Concerned about large hail within this region. What does that mean by large hail? Right now, the maximum hail size in this area is baseballs, and we've seen plenty of those reports. Damaging hail that could total vehicles if you don't protect them. So if you are going in for the night, put it in the garage or put it underneath something if you can. And that also includes large cities like Chicago and Milwaukee. Same thing for Chicago. So I'm concerned about hail. Of course, this zone also has a threat for an isolated tornado, but that's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you I'm basically the hail. I don't even know. I can't think of a creative name. The hail alert dude. I'm trying to think of like a mascot, Mr. Hail. I'm Mr. Hail today, and this is a great chance so you can protect your vehicles from stuff. It is the tornado sirens going off. I don't have a tornado. The Hail King. There you go. I don't have tornado sirens going off in Kansas. If they're going off in Kansas, it's probably for the hail actually, because there is no current active tornado warning in there. Know anything about Lansing, Michigan? Yes, you're underneath the severe weather risk for, shocker, hail. Hail, isolated tornado risk. But mainly concerned about hail. That's going to be very late tonight. Overnight. Just replaced my windshield yesterday. Oh gosh, don't want to lose that one then. Is Oklahoma City good? Yeah, it seems like the dry line has pushed to your east. Let me just confirm that with our... You're just on the dry line. You're sitting right on it. You're going to be good probably in the next hour. And then you should be all done. Alrighty. Please don't spam chat, guys. Please don't spam chat. I might just put like a note on the next stream. Please stop spamming chat. It's killing me. It's killing me. What's the red for? The red for is a tornado watch, but honestly, it's been very under. It's been not. There's not much happening. We're getting a lot of supercells, but they're not rotating. They're not bringing the rotation down to the surface, I should say. They are rotating, but they are rotating in a sense of producing large hail, not bringing that rotation down on the surface. That's why I've been mentioning the large hail threat that's going to be going in this direction over the next coming hours into your overnight. Okay, let's check this tornado warning again. If this tornado warning expires, we will probably end the stream. So we might not have much left time together, sadly, guys, but I'm sure we'll spend lots of time together on Friday for a potential severe weather outbreak. Take a quick second to check on that, actually. So here's today's severe weather risk. It looks very similar to what I've been showing you. Here's tomorrow's. If you're in upstate New York, you got that. Okay, of course, we'll come to that. And lastly, here is, if you're wondering, well, where is this tornado or where is this severe weather outbreak possibly happening? It's in a very similar space to what's been happening literally so many times, guys. So many times. Yes, D, that is underneath the tornado warning if they are in Illinois. They need to be seeking shelter right there. Here is the large risk for Friday, guys. And it could expand, okay? It could expand, could change a little bit here. But notice how we have a SIG level 1 risk across this area too. So significant, with the actual wording by the National Weather Service, is significant tornadoes, super large hail, and high winds, all associated with Friday. Need to watch that day very closely. Here's Saturday, by the way, if you're wondering. This is a little bit less of a step down, but also a slight risk. Everything else is low predictability. We might have a little bit of a break early next week as we move into kind of late April. So there you go. That is a full convective outlook. And I do believe we have a new tornado warning here for Clinton. Anyone in Clinton? Oh gosh, Clinton, Missouri. A brand new tornado warning has just been issued for your area. And whoa, that's probably the best couplet I've seen all day. Right there, heading east for 21 minutes. Let's see, we're heading east about 15 miles per hour, not too fast on this one. How's it going, Dolphin? Good to see you. And good job. Yes, I'm currently a student, a junior. Go to Penn State, currently studying abroad. And yeah, this thing means business. We might see a decent tornado here, a decently healthy. This is not a good look here. Heading towards a very large town of Clinton, Missouri. Anyone in Clinton, Missouri? We have a large town now underneath a tornado warning. Probably the most concerning storm we've seen so far. 13,000 people, 5 schools, and 1 hospital underneath this tornado warning. You can see Oklahoma has no severe thunderstorm ongoing right now. It's kind of crazy. So that's what we're talking about. Not every storm is going to produce a tornado. The majority of them is not going to produce a tornado today. But when one does, it could still be dangerous. So I don't want to let your guard down. Tornado threat. But yeah, this is the best couplet I've seen. Those reds and greens that are happening right next to each other on the right side of your screen. Let's look at the radar. The radar's out of our north. So you might be wondering, how am I telling there's a tornado here? Well, what we look at on the radar is on the right side of your screen is called the velocity, with green being towards the radar, with our radar being over here. I'm like, it's in that direction, that way. It's weird doing this mirrored. And then we have winds going away from the radar. When you have the reds and greens right next to each other, that's when you have concern about a tornado making it to the surface. And as you can see, a very zoomed in look, we have those reds and greens right next to each other right there. And that is heading northeast towards Clinton, Missouri. So please seek shelter within that region. It's heading right for this town. And we will carry on watching this warning as definitely will carry on watching this warning. We'll take a quick peek again at our warning here in Illinois. So we have 2 tornado warnings, guys. So bear with me. 2 tornado warnings ongoing. 1 in Illinois and 1 in Missouri. This tornado warning storm is generally moving to the Rockford area. I'm looking at rotation wise. You can see the rotation is very much more weak on this storm than our other storms. So we'll keep an eye on it, but I'm thinking this one might be canceled here really soon. Very concerning here. Over 13,000 people in the way of possibly a significant tornado threat here. Continue to monitor the situation very closely. Let me answer some questions while we have. I'm going to keep the radar on this one. I'm going to keep the radar on this tornado warning because it's very high concern. What's happening in Iowa right now? Southeast Iowa is dealing with a lot of hail, a lot of large hail reports. Dallas, Texas has a isolated large hail threat for today. That's going to be kind of later. Zanesville, Ohio's their severe weather risk is starting to dive off. Indiana is going to see that large hail risk, isolated tornado risk later tonight, pretty late tonight actually. Madison, Wisconsin, kind of same boat. A high wind risk storm coming in, 60-mile-per-hour winds. An isolated tornado threat, but really not a huge threat here. Joplin, Missouri, relatively close to this warning that's ongoing. There is a large hail moving to Joplin, Missouri right now, currently estimated at golf ball sized. Be ready, and also an isolated tornado threat as those storms move through Joplin as well. Protect those vehicles. That's Joplin, Missouri. Do you think we are done for the week or just for the... well, we are definitely not done for tonight. We have large hail going all tonight, unfortunately. It's going to go even to the overnight. Friday is a significant day. And Biggie Cheese, nice name. We have not had any confirmed tornadoes, but this is the first one that I think may get confirmed here. We're looking at the rotation, a very rapidly rotating storm heading towards Clinton. Well, the entire... Wow, we actually might have twins, guys. Whoa. We might have twin tornadoes. We might have twin tornadoes right here and right here on the Clinton, Missouri tornado warned storm. This is a brand new radar indicated tornado. Continues to move to the northeast right towards Clinton, Missouri. This is starting to get pretty concerning here, in which if we have a tornado touch down, we will have a very, very high populated region possibly be impacted with this. This is not a good look. I am getting pretty nervous. This is probably the worst look we've seen so far. Pretty big town and maggot to the population surrounding. Oh gosh, yeah. So we have someone in YouTube who has their family there. So a very concerning look as we continue. We're going to stick on this very closely here. A tornado approaching Clinton, Missouri. We're going to actually change title. Okay, there we go. Just so we can get the algorithm on those people. If you guys wouldn't mind liking the stream so we can get the people aware of this. We current estimate twin tornadoes heading towards Clinton, Missouri, as well as Deepwater, Missouri. This is heading northeast. The current storm vector is 30 miles per hour. Please seek shelter immediately. A tornado warning means a imminent threat to you. Now let's take a quick pause to look at the demographic in the town map. And lots of single-family homes in the town. Lots of single-family homes. Looks like a handful of warehouses. Is that like the town hall, it looks like? So see any other warehouses. There's still radar indicated tornadoes. I just saw the brand new update. More warehouses. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty concerning, guys. Pretty nice lake down to the south here. With a looks like a high school. So all my family lives there. Show the path, please. Yes, of course. And I'm not really liking this here. Well, obviously we have to keep an eye on it. Here are the current estimates of the polygons. Those are where my estimates of the tornadoes being, and here is Clinton, the actual town right there. I'm circling on the right side of your screen. This is an active tornado warning. That's the courthouse. Okay, thank you for letting me know. And a very concerning look. Of course, still radar indicated. Looks like they just chopped it off. 14 minutes left on this warning. Moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. So, Clinton, your time for taking shelter is rapidly decreasing here. There is also some light rain possibly in front of the tornado. So, please try to not visually confirm the tornado here, guys. Please try not to visually confirm the tornado. We'll zoom out just a bit so you can get reference for where our warning is in reference to everything else in Missouri here in Clinton, Missouri. An active tornado warning. You can see a very well-formed supercell that is tapping into the wind potential. You can see that hook right on it, right on that, continuing to move to the northeast. A very concerning look. Local news, so that minutes ago, you got them a head start. Okay, that's good here that we've got. We had a chatter alert their family a couple minutes ahead of time compared to local news. So that is why exactly why we do this stuff, guys. With an active tornado warning for Clinton, Missouri, and not a good look here. You can see that rotation, really large rotation across the entire storm. And we do have that red and green touching. It looks like we're going down to more of a singular circulation compared to our possibly twin tornadoes right here. If I estimate the actual tornado will be right here in comparison to the downtown, the actual town proximity. The town proximity is right there. So now see how far away we are. We're getting very close, about 3 miles to the southwest. We do some timing on this, moving 30 miles per hour. There's not a lot of time left for Clinton. Of course, the radar is about 2 minutes behind as well. So please seek shelter in Clinton. This is a dangerous situation, a very rapidly rotating storm. Still radar indicated moving northeast 30 miles per hour. We should be getting a new radar scan here within the next 30 seconds. So we should see a new update. Yeah, I'm still not liking this. Possibly still a tornado on the ground here. And kind of aimed right for the downtown area. This is Clinton, Missouri. Right, how you can see the roads pop out right there. We'll go here. We're actually going to go right there. So you go full screen on the rotation. I have the rotation marked there for where I believe the tornado is moving to the northeast at 30 miles per hour. We're waiting really closely here, guys. Very closely here. Active tornado warning. Still radar indicated. We could also take a look at correlation coefficient. This is for damage indicator. And the good news is I don't see one right now, so this might be just off the ground. Of course, the correlation coefficient, what that does, it lets me know if there is things up in the air in which there is not similarities to water droplets. That's what correlation coefficient does. Basically, a debris tracker. So if a tornado is on the ground, that basically is really certain confirmation there's a tornado on the ground. We're currently watching a Clinton, Missouri, guys, where we have a very dangerous radar indicated tornado, which has some very strong spin to it, heading into a town of many people here in Missouri. You can see we're currently looking at the velocity track. Green's coming towards the radar up to our left, so all this is going towards the radar. Reds are going away from the radar, and we're obviously very concerned. New radar scan, and oh no, not a good look. Okay, so we have, notice how we're going from this is very serious, Clinton. You just have mere moments now, probably about 2 minutes before this gets into the downtown area. Notice how we've gotten more bright in that green color. That means our winds are accelerating. I'm actually going to drop the storm relative velocity. We're just going to pick out velocity. There's actually not too much of a difference here. But notice how we are starting to peak in that direction there. That is noting that the actual spin is becoming... Oh, no, we lost TikTok. Why is it doing this? I am actually getting really angry at that. I don't know if there's like a TikTok problem, but oh gosh, I'm so sorry. That is not good. Oh gosh. Okay. Dang, what the heck is going on? I'm so sorry, guys. The TikTok just crashed on me again. This is why TikTok is just a pain. Okay, if you're just joining in and we're redoing this, an active tornado warning is in place for Clinton, Missouri. We're watching very closely as the velocity is moving in. If you want a more stable forecast or want a more stable live stream, we are on YouTube as well. I do apologize for the TikTok crash, but we do have a current tornado warning here. I do have to say the tornado warning in Illinois was canceled, so if you have any questions about that, that one has been canceled. Good news over there. We're watching very closely here, very closely in Clinton, Illinois, with a possible tornado coming into the town. Here you can see kind of a mess on radar. Please don't spam chat. People, if you guys just joining in, we have an active tornado warning ongoing for Clinton, Missouri. Seek shelter right now. We have very strong rotation just outside of the town. Proximity is just a few hundred feet outside of town right now. So please seek shelter right now. This is the most serious spin, the most serious tornado warning I've seen so far today. Looking at radar, we have a tornado on the ground there. We have, look at that, the spin, the reds and greens right next to each other, the check correlation coefficient. Heading into southern Clinton, so anyone who knows anyone in southern Clinton, maybe a little bit of debris too. Starting to see a little bit of a dropout. Notice the different colors there, non-purple. A very, very concerning look with a possible confirmed tornado heading into Clinton. If you are in Clinton, Missouri, seek shelter now, especially within the southern areas. This thing could move up to the north too, so if you are anywhere within Clinton, you are mere moments away from possibly a tornado on the ground. So this is a brand new radar update. We are very up and tight and close to them. But you can see those reds and greens. When you have those pixels right here, we actually might have an upgrade here. We have a new tornado warning for Stockton, Norad, Warren, and Winslow. That is going to be in Illinois. New tornado warning. That is different compared to this one here. We'll quickly show that on screen. Here's a tornado warning here in the northwest corner of Illinois. Let's check the rotation quickly. But yes, take cover now. And now, yeah, there's some pretty decent rotation on this one, just west of Stockton, heading towards Nora and Warren in Illinois. Take cover there. I'm going to go back towards Clinton because obviously that is a rotation couplet right next to it. Right next to it, we have a current tornado that has a really tight velocity, guys. I would not be surprised if this thing was on the ground right now just outside of Missouri. Clinton, Missouri. If you guys would not mind liking the stream so we can get the word out to as many people as possible, we should be getting a new radar scan here any moment. Any moment we should be getting a new radar scan with this tornado crossing, it looks like most likely crossing southern Clinton in Missouri here. A very dangerous situation, still radar indicated tornado. But judging off the latest radar scan, a very concerning trend as we continue to watch this very closely. It looks like the bully joint just shared this with everyone on Earth, so thank you for that, bully joint. As we continue to watch very closely, and there you go, another hit on the radar, and we're right in southern Clinton. Let's check on correlation coefficient. Maybe we have some... Oh, no. Okay, this is a confirmed tornado on the ground. Confirmed tornado on the ground in southern Clinton. Look at the green popping up. We've confirmed confirmation with debris. We have a direct hit of southern Clinton. Please seek shelter immediately. This is also for Missouri Road 13. We're in Clinton, Missouri, an active tornado warning. We have confirmation this thing is on the ground for the town. You can see the green means this has also just been upgraded, it looks like, to an observed tornado. That was immediately by the Storm Prediction or by the National Weather Service. They saw the same thing we just saw. We have the radar right with them. They've just upgraded this to an observed tornado. Seek shelter right now. You can see where we're looking at those reds and greens right next to each other, hitting southern Clinton, moving kind of the northeast vector here. Confirmed tornado. This is going to be heading into the eastern portions of Clinton within the next few 30 seconds here. Okay, we're in Clinton, Missouri. Please seek shelter immediately. This is a current observed tornado on the ground. We have damage confirmed, and let's take a look at maybe. See if we get a peek on what's getting hit right now. It looks like a few neighborhoods to the south with a direct hit. We have East Watson Parkway, kind of down towards East Calvert Drive. That's where the tornado is currently estimated to be, of course, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. About to cross 7th Street and East Cedar Street, and eventually going to be crossing Missouri Road 13 here. Going to be entering kind of into the Kansas Ave region, into these neighborhoods in eastern Clinton. So make sure if you know anyone there, they immediately react. We have a confirmed tornado on the ground. I cannot estimate wind speeds because the radar is off the ground. I can confirm though this tornado is on the ground here. Tornado is on the ground. Brand new estimate of the radar. This thing actually might have gone a little bit further north into town. Let's take a look at our current correlation coefficient. Oh no! A huge correlation coefficient in damage. Man, almost the entire central portion of Clinton might have just been hit by at least some sort of tornado. Current estimate on the damage is 1.3 miles across. This is a very dangerous situation. Current estimate on the radar is 1.3 miles across in Clinton, guys. If you wouldn't mind liking the stream quickly so we can get as many people here. This is Clinton, Missouri. Notice how we had that First initial damage hit in southern Clinton. Next one, it is a huge one, over 1.4, 1.5 miles across. A very, very dangerous storm with a tornado on the ground confirmed. A large damaged debris ball. This is a huge concern with the tornado on the ground. And man, that stretches as far east as and far west as the central portions of Clinton. So even if you're up towards East Green Street, tornado is right above you. Please remain in your safe place as this thing continues to move in the northeast. If you're in northeast Clinton, that tornado is coming over you here just right now. That tornado is moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. The current radar estimate for the debris ball is 1+ mile apart. Of course, you have to remember that the debris might be lofted outside of the tornado, so the actual debris is currently estimated at 1.4 miles across. 1.4 miles across. So confirmed tornado on the ground here in Clinton, Missouri, moving northeast. This has been radar indicated, as well as confirmed by the National Weather Service, as well as confirmed by us. Please stay safe here in Clinton, Missouri. Sorry we're not checking the other places right now, but this is a very huge concern. This is our first observed tornado of the day in Clinton, Missouri. If you are not in shelter now, you have to do it. This is a life or death situation. Please check in on your neighbors. This is an extremely dangerous area. Biggest shopping square center there from someone who's familiar with it. A lot of people in the shopping are getting dinner. Oh, no, that's very concerning. Oh, no, an even worse debris ball just noted by the radar. Even when we go into blue, that means more debris has been lofted up in the air. The current estimate on the tornado is 1 mile plus. 1 mile tornado possibly on the ground. This might need to be upgraded to a very significant event here. Going to change the radar to a more high-res correlation coefficient, and there you go, guys. Oh my gosh, not good. Please, if you know anyone in Clinton, Missouri, check on them immediately. This is a tornado on the ground. Current radar estimate is 1.7 miles wide. 1.7 miles wide. This is unfortunately real life. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground here in Clinton, Missouri. A very concerning look at that. We had a tornado wrap up to the north and possibly loft things hugely here. Let's switch over to velocity and see what's going on here. Yeah, you can see that rotation reaching down to the surface here now in North Clinton. We had an occlusion up to the north. This is a very bad situation. Looks like a high school was hit, as well as some of the largest areas that are mostly shopping centers, as well as people out to dinner. Oh man, this is not a good look here. A confirmed tornado on the ground. This is a very, very dangerous situation. This has now been extended. A confirmed tornado on the ground has been extended towards Leesville, Tightwad, Calhoun, and Windsor. Please seek shelter right now. You have a confirmed tornado on the ground here. The damage indication is very, very bad. And man, we have an even worse radar indication here. This tornado is continuing to strengthen. You can see a radar indication. I'll walk you through the past 10 minutes. So this was 10 minutes ago here in southern Clinton. First indication of a tornado on the ground with that indication there. You can see this is correlation coefficient. That's what's called a debris ball. That is the radar. Literally, it's scanning pieces of non-water, non-rain droplets up in the air. We're talking about 2x4s. We're talking about shingles. We're talking about cars that are lofted up in the air. Right here, it gets even worse. The more blue it is, the larger the objects are, the green, and then there, the worst indication here as this debris ball. Look at the kind of northern kind of extent, and here is the latest update, even a more of a northern extent as the actual tornado seems to be kind of including. We see this on strong tornadoes sometimes. The actual tornado occludes. So the current radar estimate for damage swath in Clinton goes as far east as the extent of the eastern portions of Clinton, Missouri, and as far west as central Clinton. So if you know anyone, please check on your neighbors, your family, and friends, as we have a confirmed tornado on the ground here in Clinton, Missouri. A very, very bad situation with confirmed tornado on the ground. We were on this first here, and man, another radar update with that swath there, and you can see exactly what we're looking at with, man, at least half the city some tornado damage, and hopefully not, but it looks like possible catastrophic direct hit that got hit here. Not a good look, guys. Not a good look. I do apologize for the less interaction with the chat. We're really focusing on looking at the radar with the current confirmed tornado on the ground here for Clinton, Missouri. And it looks like we still have debris in the air, so this tornado is still most likely on the ground here. Now north, in the northern portions of Clinton, you have that radar indication where I have that swath on there. And yeah, about 75% of the town, kind of around there, the majority of the town has just been hit by a tornado, possibly large. You can't really track the EF. You have to wait until after the investigation. I can't tell you this has caused damage. I can tell you that for sure. Just a very, very devastating hit to Clinton. I am frightened to see the videos. If anyone knows there, it has information. I'd love to get on that so we can get that out, the word out there. But this is a serious, serious situation ongoing with a confirmed tornado on the ground. You can see the latest radar estimates. This tornado continues to move to the north. So I'll redraw the new radar estimate of where the tornado is. Look at that. This tornado has done a full kind of a horseshoe shape, which is very common in a very strong storms that have a kind of an inclusion into the storm. It's where the supercell basically grabs a tornado and moves it into its main body of its structure. That's actually where you can have the most strong tornadoes happen. That's what happened during the EF5 tornado back last year, in which the storm grabs extra spin. Think of a figure skater with her arms out wide. So the tornado started out wide, and then it was brought into the actual main body of the storm, was spun up majorly, and possibly caused a large tornado. We do have a chatter with family in there, trying to get in touch with them. Of course, we really would appreciate if they have any reports on the ground there, so we can make sure everyone's okay. Hopefully everyone was in shelter. If you're just joining in, we have a confirmed tornado on the ground here in Clinton, Missouri, where we have the track drawn out, the damage track drawn out in blue, and that most of the town did get hit, it seems, at least on the current update. We got news. The news is saying that the debris went up at least a mile. Yeah, I'm not surprised by the radar indication. I mean, the radar beam is about 2,000 feet off the ground, so we can even go up a little bit more higher, and the scanning gets a little bit rough there, 1.3. Yeah, I mean, if you go to 0.9, which is about 4,000 feet off the ground, we still have radar indication showing an active tornado warning with the debris up to at least a mile. Wow, that's insane. Clinton has just took a direct hit, guys. We cannot know EF, but I can say a large tornado, it seems like, has just made direct hit with confirmed damage by radar indication. It has lofted, guys. This tornado in Clinton, Missouri has lofted up 2x4s, debris, whatever you can think of, at least a mile up in the air, and that's what we're seeing on radar right now. I have the current track. If you know anyone in Clinton, please check on your friends, your family, anyone in Clinton. Make sure they are okay. Tornado is still on the ground, most likely up north of Clinton, now exiting the region. We'll take a look at our wind speed. Yeah, you can see the tornado is kind of occluded now, kind of moving out to the northeast. But this is extremely concerning. I am awaiting the first reports of damage, but really don't need reports of damage to know it was confirmed on the ground. This was also confirmed by the National Weather Service. And the estimate on my radar was 1.5 miles wide. 1.5 miles wide tornado in Clinton, Missouri. And I'm currently waiting for the first views or possibly first damage reports out of Clinton. I'm searching, also have a person in chat with family there. If anyone else has information or video or anything else, let me know, because obviously working as a team here, trying to find out first damage reports. We're trying to look at the latest here, looking for damage reports. So damage was reported 1 mile up in the air. Very serious situation. And actually, this is terrible because the tornado was moving at an easterly direction, and then it occluded into the storm, and which made it stronger and made it move to the north into the city. You can see the replay here, in which the purple there is all rain. The non-purple is debris, unless it's like light purple. Right, kind of in the later stages, right there, you can see that debris ball wrap its way up through Clinton, and just the worst case scenario for the hit here. That increases the strength, as well as makes it move more to the north. So that's why you never position yourself to the north. Wow, currently don't have any I still don't have any photos or information on ground, the actual ground looking, but I can tell you this was a confirmed large and dangerous tornado here in Clinton, now moving out of the region, and it's now moving out of the region there. What questions can I answer here? Sorry I have not been very attentive to answering questions. My main priority was getting that information out, guys. This is real life, very, very tragic. As we have confirmed, debris lofted up at least a mile up into the air. A mile up into the air. What do we got? What direction is it moving? Well, the current velocity has really dropped it. I think it is lifted. The actual tornado seems to have lifted. It's still kind of meandering. There's still debris up in the air north of Clinton now. So the actual tornado track has started to move more of an easterly direction, possibly. It's quite north towards NE Road 400 Road. Please don't spam chat. Please don't spam chat. And yeah, that is not what we want to see today, guys. We don't have a significant. We only have I guess we have an EF2 threat, but that was very concerning. Yeah, it seems like rotation has really dropped down now. So at least the tornado seems like it's ended. But Clinton, Missouri is going to need all the help they can get with a direct hit from a possible major tornado. Let's just replay it. Yeah, you can see the debris is starting to lift here. Any kind of lingering debris is going to start falling out of the sky as the tornado has lifted. But let's watch it one more time together. Let's watch the replay. I'm going to drop the drawings here. So around... Okay, so this was right before the tornado happened. This was at 6:03 local time. And then as we move it, there's a first call out of the debris on the ground. There's a tornado on the ground. Following minute, you can see the debris ball has expanded. And then the tornado shoots north, up through the majority of Clinton with the debris there and then the debris here. And then it kind of lifts off to the northeast. It includes a very tragic storm. And man, we are holding our breath for the first reports of tornado damage. This was Clinton in Missouri. Very scary look, guys. Very scary. And continue to watch all of this stuff here as well. You can see the tornado warning doesn't include Windsor, as there's possible still of a chance, but yes, it did make a full hit. Clinton, Missouri has just got hit by a major tornado. Let's go up to our other tornado warning. We'll come back just in case something else happens there. I'll also be eagerly waiting for reports of damage on the ground here. Warren, Nora, and Winslow in Illinois are still underneath an active tornado warning. You can see rotation's still pretty strong here on the right side of your screen. Reds and greens right next to each other, just a little bit south of Nora. Again, I'm eagerly waiting to see damage reports. If anyone has damage reports out of Clinton, Missouri, please let me know. A very major storm. Observed tornado on the ground that has now exited Clinton, Missouri. And it was a scary look, guys. A scary look. Is Iowa okay? Eastern Iowa still underneath a tornado watch. Includes Davenport, Dubuque, Cedar Rapids. Could see larger hail and isolated tornado risk for the next 2 hours. Woodstock, Illinois. Large hail is your core risk. High isolated tornado risk as well is present. Ohio is pretty much done for severe weather for today. Other than western Ohio, might see a couple storms left. Chicago, large hail, isolated tornado. Joplin, same type of boat here. Joplin actually currently underneath a severe thunderstorm warning right now. 60-mile-per-hour winds, quarter-size hail moving in the region. Oklahoma City. Your severe weather threat has really tapered off. Still underneath the tornado watch, but actually I'm not expecting too much more. Madison, seeing some severe weather moving into your region. 40-mile-per-hour winds associated with that. Other than that, an isolated hail risk. Other than that, not too much. Should be wrapping up there. Texas is not okay. No, we got severe thunderstorms here, especially near Breckenridge and Graham. Main concern out there. And San Angelo is large hail. That's going to move into the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Wouldn't be surprised to see an isolated large hail event down there. Low clouds right above my house. Should I be worried about a tornado? Depends on where you're at. If you see rotation happening, yes. What speeds in Chicago? I mean, wind speeds like 50 to 60 mile per hour. I'm mainly concerned about large hail in Chicago. Oh, gosh. Whew. Well, if you guys are just joining in, okay, so the good news is the warning has been canceled in Missouri, so we are only down to one tornado warning. However, we had a confirmed tornado on the ground in Clinton. Clinton, Missouri has just took a direct hit. Confirmed damage. We are eagerly waiting reports. If anyone sees reports of damage or knows any friends or family there and can check in with them, please let me know. Fire department, actually, I just got the first reports. Fire department reporting power lines down and structures destroyed. That is the first reports out of Clinton, is the fire department is responding to multiple emergency calls in Clinton, Missouri. And man, that tornado, that is why if you've ever storm chased before, you do never position yourself north of a tornado. That one was soundly going to the east and then occluded. It moved up to the north, which was just absolutely devastating. It made it stronger and directly hit Clinton, guys. Please don't spam chat, guys. Columbia, Missouri, no, underneath tornado watch. Could see an isolated tornado as well as core threat large hail. Okay. That was a surprise, I'm not going to lie, to see possibly very damaging tornado today. But that's what happens. We have a low probability, but not a zero probability of tornadoes today, guys. So be on your toes still. Be on your toes. I'm still waiting reports. Yeah, we got reports. There are people responding. Fires responding. And new mesoscale discussion saying severe weather risk continues across the tornado watch area. Okay, that's not one surprising. You're already flooding Milwaukee. Oh gosh, yeah, there's more rain coming, unfortunately. Continuing to watch closely here. Thank you, Elmo, for the donation. Appreciate that. The dark red outline is the area I'm most concerned of severe weather for the rest of tonight. Actually, let me kind of re-edit that. I don't think Ohio's within that. We're going to do this right there. Oops. So the red outline, actually, this probably needs like that. There we go. Now the red outline is good for the area I'm most concerned for. Large hail, guys. So today's large hail, but of course, we just saw that very large tornado in Clinton. You know, I'm sorry I'm looking at my phone as well. I'm desperately looking for information on Clinton for the update. Seems like there's someone on it. Okay, here was a photo of the tornado, but this is not very good view. I'll try to help you guys out see it. You can kind of see the circulations, the separate circulations alongside it. That was moments ago in Clinton, Missouri. Confirmed tornado made damage. Is now out of there. Fond du Lac as well. So we're going to try to settle the stream down and answer questions and then probably wrap it up. For Elmo, yes. I think you should be good, honestly. You might see an isolated storm, but most of the convection coming through is sub-severe. I'm more concerned about flooding, actually. Is there a tornadic storm in Pennsylvania? No, not right now. But however, there is a large hailstorm that's been going on in Pennsylvania. Currently, golf ball-sized hail is still ongoing over there. So that is what we're dealing with right now, guys. Just very, very scary stuff. Still awaiting more updates. Yeah, sorry I'm pausing. I'm literally just waiting for updates there. All right, guys. Thank you guys for donating. Appreciate that. Becoming fan club members. Princess, appreciate that. Heard the high school got hit hard in Clinton. Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, it looks like most of the city, guys. We'll go back to that. I want to replay it because we are now going down to 1 or 0 tornado warnings. So if you're just joining in, Clinton, Missouri has just took a direct hit from a large and dangerous tornado. Take a look back at the radar over the past hour. You can see what happened. We had a large supercell move across the region right here. Pausing there, you can see the hook develop. And notice where the hook goes. So we have the hook right here. It's extended from the body of the storm. The actual storm is pretty far out here. And then what happens is over the next few, look how we have a hook just drop and be pulled into the storm in the kind of direction of where my cursor goes. We also have kind of some outflow from the southern portions that nudges it all in, and a significant damage event. And you're wondering why I know there's damage. Well, we take a look at the radar scan, and we can look at what's called correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient is key here. We'll zoom in so we can see the town roads. And Clinton is highly populated. It is a large town by means. Okay, so this was 7:03, or excuse me, this is 6:03 local time. And then we have 6:05. There's the first confirmation. That's confirmed on the ground. Then the next one, look at that. Over a mile wide by then. There's Clinton, a mile wide tornado. And then look at the blue pop up. That's large debris being lofted up. We're talking about possibly vehicles. Pieces that are very large only are the ones that give out those very, very large kind of phases out there. And it's just very scary. Very scary. We look at a little bit more of a higher end scale. You can see right there, and as well as the last radar scan, kind of has the storm include up to the north. And there you go. That just happened. A direct hit to Clinton. That was just happened about 25 minutes ago from the exact time right now, guys. So 25 minutes ago, Clinton took a very large hit. We do have reports out of Clinton that emergency responders are going towards the Walmart and the high school, likely hit with devastating damage from the fire department reported. So high school has been confirmed hit. So you have to think of anyone over there for after school activities. This is frightening. Absolutely frightening. And it looks like the Walmart also direct hit. I'm currently waiting for any photos or videos out from the storm. And of course, I'll keep you updated and in the loop. Very scary. And that's why you never write off the tornado risk for today, guys. We have the 5% tornado risk in place, but it only takes one. And we do also have another tornado warning. Let's go to that. Brand new tornado warning. Let's go right now. So scary stuff. See, the rough part about, tracking this stuff is you never know. It only takes one to change the community forever, and we might have a pretty major one there. Pretty major. We have a tornado warning here in Wisconsin. Now, this is a continuation of what tornado warning has been going on. Now, moving into Wisconsin. First tornado warning associated with this storm. You can see our wind right here. Oh, wow. We do have a pretty big velocity couplet, similar to what was happening earlier, moving to the northeast. So if you're in Browntown, Monroe, or Judah, Wisconsin, you're now underneath a tornado warning. Please seek shelter right now. Seek shelter right now. Was there another tornado warning? Oh, gosh. No. Sorry, guys. No, I have Monroe. Anyone in Monroe, Wisconsin, please seek shelter right now. Thank you, Seamstress, for the donation. Oh, wow, we actually have another tornado warning in Missouri. Yeah, let's go back to Missouri, guys. Just south of Clinton. So this is a separate supercell. Another tornado warning here in Lorry City. Looks like we have 3,000 people inside this Iconium. Underneath a new tornado warning. So a very similar look here. Another supercell, in which, again, has some strong locations. We have multiple tornadoes now. We have a tornado in Wisconsin, as well as a tornado again in Missouri. This is heading towards downstream Warsaw. So Warsaw, beware. Be ready to go to your safe place there. Heading back to Wisconsin and Illinois. We have a tornado warning split between Illinois and Wisconsin right here. If you are in Monroe, if you're in Judah, if you're in Browntown, you're now underneath a tornado warning for the next 40 minutes. Please seek shelter right now. 40 minutes. Okay. Now we have those warnings underneath our belt, guys. We just went underneath. We just talked about confirmed tornado. What else do we have? Let me answer some questions. What app is this? This is Weatherfront. Check the link in my bio for a code to access a premium version. The actual app is free. Can you check Cedar Rapids? Cedar Rapids currently underneath, just west of flash flood warning. Currently not underneath any severe weather alerts. However, strong storm moving in. What direction is that system moving? The Illinois-Wisconsin border. Excuse me. It's moving at a northeast vector, northeast-eastern vector. I'm actually interested in why. It looks like the main circulation is continuing more of an easterly direction. So be weather aware on that front. Do you have any other reports for Clinton? Let me refresh. Again, looking at my reports as well as my information chains. Still, I have like a rough video or a rough photo of it earlier before it got to town, but I do not have any damaged photos yet. I do have a report from the fire department that the school and the Walmart got hit. At least that's the initial call. So, some very, very scary news out there. St. Louis underneath a large hail threat for later today. Isolated tornado threat as well. If you guys are wanting to look at the full radar, the radar actually extends a little bit further out to the edges. We make our do with TikTok. I am also live on YouTube. I wasn't planning on being live for much longer. Of course, this is kind of the thing where we don't have a really high tornado threat, but we might have a tornado there, like a couple tornadoes. But man, I did not expect a possibly large and dangerous tornado to take effect, in which just most likely hit Clinton, Missouri. Yeah, you have to think of the children whose school probably got hit, at least according to radar, in which after-school activities were ongoing. After-school activities. How bad the radar indication is scary. It's scary for Clinton. That is now passed, but we are waiting for. I have not seen any photos of actual damage yet in Clinton, but I am telling you, I'm waiting very, very closely here. Just a reminder, or just a kind of refresher on the Clinton tornado that just happened about 40 minutes ago in Missouri. That tornado was throwing objects up into the air at least a mile up. That was the estimate by the radar. So the actual objects from the surface were lofted up by radar estimate at least a mile. That's what we're talking about, how serious this tornado was for their area. And I still do not have a photo or video out from there yet, but please check on your families and friends if you know anyone there. Joplin's looking okay right now. North of there is strong storms, mainly large hail, but tornado-wise, we are. Let me take a look. A little bit of rotation, but it's very broad. Nothing concerning right now. Yeah, it's very scary. It was a very surprising tornado. I'm not gonna lie. My gosh, Braden, you're getting very unlucky here. Yes, make sure they're in shelter here. Kind of similar like structure of the storm here. Very, very strong rotation continuing to happen here. Moving to the east, you can see it's marching right, unfortunately, towards Iconium. You can see, wow, that's a very small sector here in Missouri. And active tornado warning, still radar indicated, but man, the rotation is strong here in Missouri. An ongoing tornado warning. In the DBQ area, is there any warnings? What's the DBQ stand for? The bully joint, where are you at? Let me see if I can help you out. Yeah, Joplin is obviously a place to keep an eye on. Thank you, Keaton, for the follow. Icon, I am. Okay, thank you for the correction. They're running to the bunker now. Okay, that's good. So I'm glad we were able to get the alerts out for your. We got a person on YouTube who we've now alerted a couple of their family members in 2 different tornadoes. Kind of crazy. Joplin. Okay, so yes, hang in there in Joplin right now. We're keeping an eye on that large hail threat. You do have a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag on it. We're going to keep a close eye on this storm as it continues to kind of drag its way towards the east. Good news is I have right now, I don't see any areas that concern me for an ongoing immediate tornado threat, but you do have to be weather aware as we look to the west. We still have a couple storms, obviously, that are going to continue to push to the east. And with these pop-up tornadoes, we're obviously on high alert here. No, don't say Joplin all over again. That is not where we're at right now. We're not at that type of level. Oh gosh, I just threw my phone off my desk here. Again, I'm still looking for any damage photos or reports. Okay, hold up. Tornado. Clinton. Yep, still do not see photos or damage. I'm kind of surprised. It's been like 30 minutes since that tornado came through. Hopefully everyone is safe there. Do these storms seem to weaken as they go, or are they getting stronger? Well, we have a little bit more support for tornadoes as we move into the overnight hours here, unfortunately, especially as the storms move east. As long as they stay discreet, we have a little bit more lower level jet support. And that kind of increases their spin, especially if they are the discrete cells. So they will sustain strength as they continue overnight. There's plenty of energy available, unfortunately. If you've received a warning, please seek shelter. Let's look back to our tornado warning currently ongoing in Missouri. This is for Lori City and east of there, moving pretty rapidly. I'm not liking this. Radar indication still pretty strong right above me there. You can see circled. That is what I'm really concerned about for the tornado. Continuing to move to the east here. About to cross Missouri Road 13 here, just south of Lori City. Remain in safe place. Remain in your safe place. If you got in a tornado warning, please seek shelter. Currently, I have that one in Missouri, and the only one I have over here is also. Unless I hope I didn't miss one, right? Yeah, we got Missouri, then Illinois, then Wisconsin, Missouri again. Okay, yeah. So these are the two ones. W Stream, appreciate it. Buffalo, New York safe. Oh gosh, no. Buffalo's underneath a severe thunderstorm warning right now. 60-mile-per-hour winds. So it's not like a life-threatening concern, but definitely you don't want to be outside for that bad boy. As we continue to track this kind of broken pieces of squall line, all kind of moving together as one. You see where our front boundary is laying, and it's going to be eventually moving eastward. Continuing moving eastward. Still very concerned about large hail continuing onwards, as well as a couple more tornadoes throughout the night, unfortunately. And it seems like tornadoes, we have to be very careful tonight, because if a tornado happens for your region, please take cover, because we've already seen a damaging tornado today. And that's why we have to be extra, extra careful. I'm continuing to look for damage. The moment I see damage photos, I'll let you know. Okay. Yeah, I mean, still the only report I see is power lines down, and as well as the high school and Walmart have been hit in Clinton. So if you are just joining in, Clinton, Missouri was hit by a confirmed tornado, and we are awaiting damage reports and photos. Cedar Rapids, no, not currently in a tornado path. It's just in a storm path. Sub-severe, though. It's sub-severe, not even a hail or wind risk as they push to your east. All right, guys. Continuing to walk you through this threat. Again, I probably won't be live too much. I'm really waiting for this information from this tornado so I can share it with you before I try to wrap it up here. And that was scary. Very scary. I actually am going to make an emergency report just for anyone who has family members in Clinton, just so we can get the post out. Obviously, very scary situation. And, man. Very scary. Yeah, so looking back at the reanalysis of the tornado, the reanalysis of the debris ball was 1.5 miles wide. 1.5 miles wide in Missouri. And that is crazy. That is crazy. We'll see what the survey looks like. And I'm waiting for the ground truth to kind of wrap up the story there. But yeah, what are the questions we have? Dubuque is currently being approached by sub-severe thunderstorms. Main concern there is flooding, actually, as those storms pass. You have isolated severe weather risk as they pass, but right now they're sub-severe. Sub-severe. Wow. Sorry for the quick pause. I'm just checking online, also posting the emergency update. One mile, okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Sorry, guys. This is what happens when I'm a one-person team. I sometimes have to make these emergency updates because we try to balance the all the stuff going on. It's crazy. Don't worry. During the storm chase here in less than 4 weeks, we will have a multi-person team, so we'll have all aspects covered up. Should I stop driving in I-40 in St. Louis? Well, St. Louis is okay for now. It depends on how long you're going to be driving for. There is severe weather approaching St. Louis. I'll be like the next 2 to 3 hours. Other questions we have is the storm strengthening. They're kind of maintaining strength. I mean, they're going to have the lower level jet to maintain. Tornado risk is just slightly increasing. Wow, and I have a scary report. So we do have one active tornado warning here in Missouri. Apparently there's a very large Boy Scout camp here. I do see the camp. Oh, gosh. This is frightening. A very large Boy Scout camp that is being approached by an active tornado warning. Man, this is like the first good news I've seen so far. Oh, actually, we don't have relatives, so let me wait and saying that. Yeah, we still have so I just circled on your screen here. Let's go to one. Oh, gosh. So got reports from someone who's familiar with the localized area. In the purple area, I have circled a very large Boy Scout camp, which obviously are cabins and non-sturdy structures. And I will highlight here the current estimate of where the rotation is best happening for our current tornado warning. This is extremely concerning. A very vulnerable population currently being approached by a tornado. Tornado warning is issued. Hopefully they were able to get to a safe shelter. I'm not too familiar if the camp has a safe shelter or a tornado shelter. The warning was issued about 10 minutes ago. This is a brand new information. Thank you for sharing, Braden. From someone who's familiar with the region, in which we have a radar indicated tornado threat heading towards a Boy Scout camp right now. That is absolutely frightening. Absolutely frightening. I cannot stress this enough how scary this is as we continue to track very closely, of course, in this region here. I actually might make another update about this one too, if that's the case. Oh gosh, we're gonna continue. We're gonna watch this radar really closely here. And Braden has the family farm is very close to there. Wow, that is really hoping this one does not also form. Yeah, this seems to be our highest threat right now. Ongoing in Missouri, if you're just joining in. Ongoing in Missouri. And we are going to switch over to that. One moment, guys. Just going to try to get another one out. Okay, that's not bright enough. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, if you're just joining in, we have a tornado warning that is very tragically approaching a Boy Scout camp. Now, it seems like the current best guess for me is the tornado is off the ground, but there's still major rotation in which, we've seen today tornadoes dropping down very quickly. And this is an area that just about 20 miles to the north had a confirmed tornado about 40 minutes ago. So that's why I'm so nervous at this tornado risk. Coming right towards a very vulnerable area. Obviously, a Boy Scout camp, there is not well-built structures with possibly a lot of people outdoors or in a vulnerable spot. That's why we're going to watch this radar scan by radar scan together as we closely watch this threat. Iconium. Okay. It's getting another emergency update out, so hopefully they can help some people out. Okay. We appreciate you bearing with me, guys. I know this stream's can be kind of all over the place, but this is but honestly an unexpected stream in which we've had multiple tornado risks really just peep out of nowhere. There's such concerning things happening in which we have very vulnerable areas that are being approached by tornadoes today. So we're going to come back right to that in just a second. Just looking at that, we have a tornado warning storm heading towards a Boy Scout camp with someone who has informed us. Thank you so much for that information. Someone who's familiar with the region and the localized area. Taking a look at the larger scale radar right now, what do we got going on? We got that one tornado warning going on in Missouri, which we'll come back to just in a second. We also have a tornado warning here ongoing in Wisconsin. That's for Monroe and Judah. Tornado warning continues there for the next 22 minutes. Seek shelter and remain in shelter there. Georgia is, not getting it rain. Other than that, there really isn't any significant storm. There's a couple storms producing golf ball-sized hail, but those two tornado warnings are really the main story as we continue onwards. I'm going to be curious if they're going to issue a watch here ahead of these storms relatively soon. Yeah, Georgia is dry as a bone, but it looks like we might see a pattern change to late April, so get ready for that. Okay, now let's go back to our active tornado warning that is approaching a Boy Scout camp. The Boy Scout camp is highlighted in yellow, and we are watching closely, hopefully looking at this, not dropping down anything. So we have a kind of an increase in spin right next to it. So I'm not liking this trend, as we are really hoping this does not materialize. Greens and reds right next to each other. It is right on that borderline, possibly a funnel cloud dropping down right to the west of the Boy Scout camp as the storm is moving east. What do you mean pattern change? I mean, instead of rain happening in the center of the country, we might shift a little bit more to the southeast. So a little bit more of hope for Georgia for rain. South central Wisconsin, just seeing a couple of problematic storms there. New severe thunderstorm warning has been issued, especially including our Boy Scout camp. Tornado possible, 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Boy Scout camp still remains in that tornado warning here. That was Iconium. As a student, are you able to intern and shadow with anyone from weather news stations? That's a great question. I was actually able to shadow with a couple of TV meteorologists when I was in high school. I then didn't really want to go into TV because it's kind of a grind. It's kind of ironic, right? Because I do social media. And then I interned for research. I was a student researcher last year. That's where I got my first storm chase experience. It was actually a field storm chaser for research. And now I actually am hiring an intern for my this next summer, so that's kind of crazy. Please don't spam chat. We'll come back up to the north here in just a second, guys. I just want to watch this radar scan by radar scan. I mean, we are treading very closely to a tornado here as we have those gray pixels. We need these gray pixels to remain between our reds and greens, keeping a very close eye as the storm continues to march its way to the east. Really hoping for this to avoid hitting something. I appreciate the kind words. Clinton News Station report Walmart, high school, Sonic, and some local shops all damaged. Oh, jeez. That's not good news. Hopefully everyone's okay there. Of course, those things can be replaced, but people, we have to hope everyone was in a safe place. Let's see. I'm checking my own sources really quick to see if I got the damage. Okay. Who is this? Okay. I only have like 2 photos of like the actual tornado. They're not even good photos, so still awaiting more information on that and actual damage photos. All right, let's go back to our warning. This is approaching. This is about to go over the Boy Scout camp, and still waiting for a new radar scan here. Nothing new there. Let's go a little bit larger out. Just briefly, so South Central Monroe is still underneath the tornado warning here, guys. In Wisconsin, by the way, we're in Wisconsin. Still probably have a noodle, a smaller tornado, possibly close to the ground here. Not really hitting anything, but heading towards Judah, Wisconsin. So keep that in mind. Chicago main core risks are large hail and an isolated tornado risk. This might do it for me, guys. This might be the last. No! Oh, gosh. Oh, man. I think the tornado is on the ground, approaching a Boy Scout camp here in Missouri, guys. We look at its super red storm velocity. We have reds and greens touching each other right now. A possibly tornado. You can see the Boy Scout camp right here. I'll zoom in for you. You even get to see the cabins all within this zone right here. And as a terrible thing of fate, we have the reds and greens touch each other right to the west as it is heading to the east. This is an absolute frightening. Man, can we catch a break today? Please. Please do not do this. Here in Missouri, this is next to Iconium. Iconium. And we might have our second tornado touchdown here in Missouri, right over a Boy Scout camp. Hopefully no one is present for any late afternoon or evening activities. You really have to hope on the bright side here, as we have, I mean, you see those reds and greens, it's touching right next to each other, and that is a very, very frightening look. Again, man, can Missouri catch a break here? Hopefully next radar scan shows us some better news. We'll check on debris. It's going to be early because, of course, you got to wait for a second for we getting debris tracked. Yeah, nothing that's really convincing me of debris, so hopefully we stay that way. No, okay, we probably have a tornado on the ground here, guys. This is approaching Iconium, and we might have to have an extension on this warning. So looking at the radar, I think we might have a tornado on the ground here that is going over a reported Boy Scout camp. Hoping no one is currently in there. We are currently in Missouri. I think we're going to see an extension here any second. It's a brand new radar scan with those reds and greens touching each other. That is exactly what we do not want to see. And another absolute devastating look on radar here right now. This is tough. Taking a look back here, you got a few farms, and also seems like a quaint little neighborhood with a lot of towns, a lot of trees. So we got that rotation right here, strong just west of the actual intersection of all these roads here. Of it looks like ZZ Road there. And we can zoom out here, yeah, of course. Sorry, it's being tight so we can see the radar. Here's where we are in Missouri. We're kind of in the western central portions of Missouri. That's a trailer park. Oh my gosh. I did not realize there were trailers all the way in the trees there. The good news for that area, it looks like the tornado might be just to the southeast of the trailer park right now. It seems like we have the worst combination of things here. I'm not going to lie. Trailer park, a Boy Scout camp. Still don't see a dropout on CC. Okay, next radar scan is looking a little bit more of an improvement. We still have those reds and greens touching each other, but a little bit less intense. Would not be surprised to see an extension here of a tornado warning any second. Might have been a brief touchdown. Hopefully it didn't make it down to the ground. Single and double wide trailers is 90% of the area. Oh gosh, yeah, not obviously ideal for an active tornado threat here. If you're just joining in, we had a large tornado confirmed in Clinton, Missouri. Now we're tracking our second tornado warned storm south of that event. That event happened about an hour ago. This storm is in a kind of low populated area but very vulnerable area with trailer parks and Boy Scout camps reported by a local there. Appreciate the support and information so we can stay up to date. Currently waiting for more information to come out of Clinton, of course, for damage, and so we can get that information out to you. This is a dangerous weather day today, guys. I know we're only a slight risk today, a 2 out of 5, but we've seen multiple tornadoes that have been confirmed on the ground. The tornado lofted in Clinton lofted debris up to a mile up in the air. So a serious time tornado waiting for what we got here. Continue to watch very closely here. Obviously, we got multiple. We're looking at rotation right now. That's why this might looks a little weird. West of Clinton, there's no storm west of Clinton, so I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Do appreciate the people who've been working on liking the stream so we can get the word out to as many people as possible. I'm actually kind of shocked the algorithm has been so abysmal today on TikTok. But it's okay. I'm glad we can warn as many people as TikTok allows us to. It's just, we're not the ones who decides that. We're here no matter what. It's fine. Whatever happened at EF4, I believe the survey is underway. That was an SBC outlook in which, judging by, there was a couple houses completely, like, basically slabbed, so it was a pretty serious threat. We could have seen something a lot worse, I believe. Okay, still seeing broad rotation over at Iconium. And the current update, yeah, I mean, so you see, I think this was a tornado possibly really close to the ground or if not on the ground. We are definitely seeing improvement here, which you see those lighter reds and lighter greens by each other. I do believe the actual base of the cloud is still rotating, but less certainty on the funnel making it all the way to the ground with that radar scan. But it does still bring concern to me in which it still has the pathway to bring a tornado to the ground. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a continuation on the tornado warning. That Clinton tornado had confirmed damage and still waiting on more information. We have a confirmation from a fire department that a Sonic, a Walmart, the high school all sustained damage, but the extent of the damage is unclear. All right, let's look at big radar really quick. We're going to go to super reflectivity, and we're going to go to large scale. Actually going to go to rain. Oh, wait, what? Sorry, we're going to go here. And you can see how we're developing. We got, a new tornado watch actually just issued for the extension here. So that's why we're watching here. And thank you. Wow, that was kind. Thank you, Bruno, for the donation. Appreciate that. We have a new tornado watch for Quincy, for Columbia, just west of St. Louis into basically the central portions, the heartland of Missouri. So keep that in mind. The risk zones, similar risk zones we've been seeing. Core threats are large hail and maybe a couple tornadoes. That's really what we've been watching out for here. Thank you, Ava, for the donation. Appreciate that. And that's kind of the theme. I think these storms are going to swoop up in this region. We're going to see a lot of large hail events, and then we're going to continue to see maybe a tornado here and tornado there pieced together as we continue to track these storms. This one's really dying out here towards That's probably why the actual rotation picked up and then died off. Is it really looks like it's losing its updraft, which is really good news. Really good news. We look back at their super relative velocity. I still don't really like that look here, guys. I still don't think the tornado's on the ground, but man, we still have that rotation pretty close to each other. So it might be actually just dissolving. You might see the actual rotation with inside the upper cloud, but then it cuts off. So actually, might be some crazy views from there. Appreciate the support. Western Arkansas, there is a marginal risk for most of Western Arkansas. Could see an isolated storm. Main concern is large hail out there. Ava, thank you for the donation. Again, the rose. You a quick update, Rockford. Yeah, Rockford currently a few storms out to the west. I mean, you got a lot of storms coming through. Most of these storms are sub-severe right now. They all have an isolated tornado threat on them. But it seems like most of them may stay sub-severe, so just be careful of like possibly tornado warning or such. Madison, currently underneath a special weather statement that is going to be for 50-mile-per-hour winds. Beyond that, I think you're going to be pretty clear for today. Pretty clear. What else we got? Yeah, Nicole, I see you come back and ask Madison. Please only ask one time. I appreciate you being adamant, but I see it the first time. Quincy, Illinois. Let me answer some spot questions. I think we're going to wrap up soon here, too. So, because I'm trying to sustain energy. Currently studying in Madrid. So she's like, why is it so late? Yeah, I'm currently studying in Madrid. Oh, yes. Quincy's now underneath tornado watch. Main concern out there is isolated tornado risk as well as the large hail. Be weather aware. Wait, was that Quincy, Illinois? Oh shoot, oh yeah, that's right. That's Quincy, Illinois. That's great. Of course, Bruno. Yeah, I mean, yesterday was intense, and these areas have been getting slammed with a lot of severe weather. So I'm glad I could help out. And for Pennsylvania, there's still a couple severe storms going on. You can see this line, so probably quite the lightning show associated with this line as it pushes out for the rest of this region. Not expecting anything significant for the rest of the evening. Yeah, that was scary. There was a lot going on, I can tell you that. But we fight to see another day. We continue to watch these storms here. Yeah, I mean, this storm is still rotating. I'm surprised they've not extended a tornado warning on this thing. Ethan, do you have any meteorologists that cover storms like you do for us to watch when you rest? Mesobat's a good one. He's probably also live right now if you want to look him up. He usually does very long coverage. Usually I do huge coverage, but of course, with my circumstances, it's a matter of my not like dying from sleep deprivation, so it's temporary though. We only have 3 more weeks of this. It's kind of crazy. So I come home May the 9th, fly home. I literally take my Spanish exam, guys, at 10 a.m. and I hop on a plane at 3. And I land down at 9 p.m. at local time, and then by Monday, which will be May the 11th, that's when we go storm chasing. Do you know how many tornadoes touched down yesterday? It's been going up today because they've been surveying. I'm sure it's probably paused because all the national offices are surveying, but we actually can take a quick peek. I have it right here. Current count for confirmed tornadoes is yesterday. Whoa, it actually really jumped up. What? Oh, wait, no. Okay, I didn't realize the 14th jumped up to 19 tornadoes confirmed, and a lot of them in Michigan. You see this? Look at that. Oh wait, no, the 14th was yesterday in reference because today's 16th. Yesterday. Okay, so we have one confirmed tornado. That was the one we covered in Clinton. So that's 21 confirmed tornadoes. Wow, that was crazy. There were a lot of tornadoes that happened in Michigan from the QLCS. So there you go, 21 confirmed tornadoes yesterday, and I'd probably consider that a regional outbreak. We have one confirmed in Oklahoma. That one really underperformed. And 253 hail reports. Jeez. Insurance companies are going to be busy, guys. Yeah, so I didn't really. The mess have really upped the reports on the Michigan one. I didn't realize. I checked like this afternoon, and it was like 8. I saw 8 too. So, those reports were from yesterday's tornado, and that's why I said, the QLCS tornadoes, they happen so quickly, but they can really print out a ton of tornadoes very quickly as well. Yeah, we're just chatting about yesterday. Okay, let's take one more last look. I think this might be canceled, so I mean, the rotation's still there. It is broad, admittedly, and the good news is it seems like it's fading. Well, also, you take a look at the actual storm, and then there's barely anything left. So if you don't have a storm, you can't really have a strong tornado. The actual wind might just be swirling around at the last seconds of this dying breath of the storm. Other than that, guys, if that gets canceled, I guess we still have a tornado warning ongoing here in... This is about to be canceled, too, and also the rotation's gone. Maybe a little bit of rotation here southwest of Broadhead in Wisconsin. That might be a tornado warning. And that might start to wrap up my coverage, I'm not going to lie, because it seems like that's gonna end there, and we're going to see large hail all the rest of the night, and probably see a couple more tornadoes, hopefully not too many more. But then I will make this the rainy day weather last call, guys. I really appreciate the support. The stream. I know it's been a little crazy past just few days. It's been a handful of days. So far over this week, I did the count. We've reached 190,000 people. So it's been amazing. It's been crazy. That's just on live streams. We've reached over 1 million people on posts. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, every time I do this, guys, something happens. I just need to just end the stream sometimes. We have a tornado warning for, oh my gosh, New York. New York wants to get in the fun. A tornado warning has just been issued for New York. Rushford, Freedom, and Farmersville. This is what I was talking about. QLCS tornado warning is now issued. We look at the actual velocity here. This thing is a pretty beastly QLCS tornado couplet there on the right side of your screen. Jeez. Crazy. Tornado warning. Seek shelter right now. We also have 60 mile per hour winds associated with this storm, so that will not have a lot of energy to run with. Once this gets out of here, this is really running into a very unfavorable environment for storms. There is a chance it continues onwards all the way to Connecticut, but it should be a little bit less in severity. Please don't spam chat. Okay, well, yes, we do have a tornado warning, guys, in New York. This is for Freedom. Here it is. Just a little. This is probably going to be it because I'm probably going to wrap it up. So this is it. Freedom, Franklinville, and kind of, in the western region of New York there. So there you go. On the screen, here's radar. Loop. We'll zoom out a little bit more so you get reference. You can see Buffalo at the top of the screen. There you go. Yeah, quite the surprise. Back how's Clinton doing? Oh, yeah, that's the last thing I'll legit do because then I'm hitting the bed. Okay, let's see. Okay, unfortunately, I still don't have any photos of damage, but I do have another photo of the actual tornado. This was from Clinton. This was our only confirmed tornado today so far. And that was a pretty mean tornado, guys. So I'm nervous to look at the damage reports. Okay. There we go. We are going to end the stream there. Rainy day weather last call. Last thoughts for you is if you are within this region here, please be weather aware for large hail and isolated tornado risk for the rest of your night. That's what I have to wait. Also, last little thing to advertise. Friday, guys, I'm ultra concerned for. So right now we're at the capability to go up into an outbreak sense. You need to watch that day very closely. Southern Michigan could see another high wind, large hail threat again tonight. Very late. I'm so sorry. You might be woken up by another tornado warning in the middle of the night. I'm sorry. Oh. No, what is going on? Okay, wait, can you guys hear me? I swear. I think we're still there. Rockford, Illinois. Yeah, I'll end off with you. You're okay right now. There's severe weather approaching from your west. Main concern is a large hail event and isolated tornado. You're glitching. Did you hear that? That's all I needed. Yeah, I think the internet just died on me, so that's a sign. All right, guys, I will be ending off here. Good night. Take care. Thank you for... I think we hit 100 new followers this stream, so... We are only 800 away from unlocking... we are 800 followers from unlocking the gaming stream. So if you want to get a gaming stream in, which are quite fun. We haven't had one in a while because I only do them for really special occasions. Make sure you hit that follow button. Good night, everyone. Please stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Peace. How's it going, YouTube? Guys hanging in there? Any last questions on YouTube? I'm ending the stream here. I just ended the stream on TikTok. We'll be ending the stream here, obviously, on YouTube here in just a second. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Pack it up. Pack it up. Time for some sleep. This is the first time I'm going to bed before 4 a.m. in the past, 3 nights. Oh, gonna feel good. All right, without any comments, appreciate your support on YouTube. I will see you guys next time.